Welcome to the Disney World Experiment.
Let me translate that for you. They said, "Welcome to the Disney World Experiment." Erin, bye, Logan. Why are we sitting on the bed with all clothes and kids?
It might
everywhere?
be laundry day.
It is it?
No, it's packing day.
Day!
We are getting ready for our first Disney World trip of 2022.
Woohoo!
Disney World!
We just want to tell you about our planning and packing for this trip.
So let's go. As you can see, we've transitioned from our bed to this beautiful set.
I would have fallen asleep.
Before we kind of bombard you with details, hey, make sure you like and subscribe, comment, let us know your thoughts as we kind of dive into the details of our first trip of 2022.
Woohoo! Y'all, we've literally got like days, hours. I mean, the kids are always asking how many sleeps, even though we have a countdown chain.
Technically, we have 36 hours before we have to get on a plane.
Dad, wait up!
It's coming. Anyway, so after our surprise detour trip to Disney,
That's a great descriptive word.
just a detour trip.
A detour trip.
In October, we got home and knew we weren't gonna like just cancel our January trip. This had like become a thing.
Yeah.
So we just shifted gears and decided to make this Christmas for our family.
Yeah.
This was now going to be like a fun trip that we did after Christmas.
And I think for us last year too, like we've decided that we're not doing like big gifts. It's more about like, hey, let's go do trips, experiences with the kids, especially as they grow older, and it just kind of aligned.
Yeah, we've really loved making that intentional
Yeah.
time with them. And it's real fun for us, not gonna lie.
Yes.
So anyway, we shifted gears right after we returned from our trip in October. That originally looked like we were gonna stay at the Caribbean Beach Resort. It was right there. We were really wanting to hit up Hollywood Studios and Epcot.
Yeah,
We had
never
not been to
been.
Hollywood Studios before that. So that was a perfect location, and it felt just like slightly more grown up than where we had stayed previously, which was
Century.
Pop Century.
Art and animation.
Right. But it was super simple once we decided to shift plans to do it all online. Just very easily went into Edit My Resort reservation, was able to switch it from Caribbean Beach Resort to where are we staying?
All-Star Movie or music?
We're staying at
All-Star
All-Star
Movie.
Movie this time, which we're super excited about. I know the kids are just going to love the details
Yeah.
of the decor and all the playful things.
And what was also great about that is we hadn't fully paid for the trip yet. Like we
Right.
had put the deposit down, like
We had made our deposit, so it was easy to switch to that resort and then also add on the kids' tickets and we even shifted our reservations. That looked like adding on Animal Kingdom
Yeah.
and shifting our date for Magic Kingdom, I think.
Yep, and getting rid of Epcot. Like we changed Animal Kingdom for Epcot.
Traded those out. So it was super easy to add the tickets on for the kids and then switch around our reservations for the particular parks we wanted to be at on those days.
Yeah.
And then once we did that, we had a new total and it just used our same deposit. And so we were still just paying towards that trip, which actually was
A similar price.
How much do I owe you?
Like it wasn't
like,
crazy.
It's you can do all kinds of manipulations, and that's probably the most wonderful thing
Yes.
about the website and the app is just you can do all of the comparisons and get all of the totals and really figure out what benefits you and your family. So it's great to have had the app to like really make these changes super easy. But there was a couple of times that we probably could have used the expertise of a Disney planner. For instance, it was finally time for us to make our dining reservations. There's a 60-day window that you have to wait for before your trip for you to make your dining reservations. So we were ready.
Yeah, we were ready, coffeeed up, ready to go. Thought it went live at midnight. The night, that 60 days, we were like, it's gonna happen at midnight. Just like music release when you're waiting for a Taylor Swift album
Right.
to come out.
Gotta be the first one to listen.
Gotta be the first one.
I wanted to have reservations at Cinderella's Royal Table because we were in Magic Kingdom on my birthday. So 60 days out from our Magic Kingdom reservation, we were ready to go. We were gonna get Cinderella's table. Like, I just knew it. We were gonna be like in there pressing buttons.
Pete, we are Code Red. Recon Plan Charlie. Execute. Let's move.
Getting a reservation. Come to find out through like clicking around before we got to midnight.
Yep.
That our reservation availability was already open. Come to find out, when you're staying on resort, your reservation availability starts 60 days from the start of your resort stay. If I had read a little bit deeper down into the website, I would have known this.
The encyclopedia of the website?
It does get pretty lengthy in the details. You do really have to read sometimes if you're wanting something that's very specific and competitive. Like,
Yeah.
it's competitive almost to get
It's
these
definitely.
reservations, like these very specific reservations. So unfortunately, we missed out on Cinderella's royal table, but I did get another favorite, which was Be Our Guest. So now we know for next time, the beginning of your resort stay opens up your 60-day dining reservation window. Hopefully you don't make the same mistake we did. If we had been talking to a professional, we wouldn't have.
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
So fast forward to Christmas. As woke up. What's funny is the kids didn't have any clue that we were going to Disney.
No, even though we've been talking about it for weeks.
I would almost say months. Like,
Yeah.
like we filmed the first episode with the kids. I mean, it was all about their favorite things, but like we had been talking about Disney nonstop. You had an advent calendar, and it was really great. Like the kids, it's like found out Christmas morning that we were going to Disney.
We are going to Disney for in 9 days. Let's look! This Christmas ever!
Kids know that we're going to Disney. We're going after hopefully all the holiday crowd. So we're in that period of prepping and planning, looking at weather, which I would bow to your domain because you are the queen of packing.
So, oddly enough, it's going to be super warm in Florida.
85,
85 on the day that we
January.
arrive. So we're mostly packing lightweight clothes, making sure that we've got the emergency stuff. So like ponchos, a lightweight jacket just in case. Layers are always best when you're packing for Disney because sometimes you just never know, especially in the winter, what you're gonna get. Still packing those bathing suits for the kids though, because they will definitely want to get in those pools.
Yeah.
For our kids' bags, they love having little things to do while we're traveling. And so we pack them a little bag for mainly the flight
Yeah.
and any like
And the bus ride.
the bus ride, any road time that we have. So in their bags, we make sure that we've got their tablets. We also bring along a couple of easy and clean art books,
Yeah.
little kits that you can get from the
Dollar
one
store.
spot at Target, right? And then snacks. You can bring unopened snacks with you through TSA. So it's nice to have a little extra for them because your kids are always hungry at the most inconvenient times.
And the most expensive times.
It's so expensive in the
Like an airport.
In your bag, what do you include in your bag, your personal bag?
Yeah, so traveling this time is going to be a little bit different. I usually don't bring a lot of computer gear, but since we're shooting a lot in the park, I'll bring my camera, 2 lenses, video, mic, Gorilla Pod, extra batteries, and then my computer, which is probably a pretty heavy bag. I won't take all that into the park, but like traveling with it, kind of keeping it simple.
Yeah, but it's still like all your gearhead stuff.
Yeah, sitting down to do this video, I realized I have a lot more to pack than I usually do, and it kind of freaked me out.
It's just one bag more. So in my bag is like all the mom essentials. Hand sanitizer, baby wipes, got my phone, got my AirPods, got our gum, because you know, nobody likes the popping ears when you're, yeah, it's the worst. He always ends up asking me for gum. I got you, bud. So those are my mom essentials for when we're flying.
You have to have all this in a very stylish Loungefly bag
Of
that's
course.
Disney themed.
Now that we're Disney obsessed, thanks husband for my new Loungefly
You're
bag.
welcome.
I
Thank you
really
for my
love
pen
it.
backpack.
One good bag deserves another.
For the parks, we try to keep it simple by using our stroller as the foundation and then bringing mine and Steven's bags. If everybody had a bag, it ultimately would become Mom's responsibility. We'll make sure that everybody's got a water bottle, their magic bands, of course, masks, because those are still required indoors, ponchos, just in case there's rain. It's a whole lot cheaper to buy them and bring them in than it is to be stuck sopping wet and having to buy one at the park. Also, we've got to make sure we've got that hand sanitizer and baby wipes.
Because we're also bringing snacks. It's great that they let you bring in your own snacks for the day, and it saves us a lot of time because our children are constantly hungry.
Especially Logan.
And we don't want to be spending all day stopping at another cart, getting popcorn, getting a lemonade. It's just easy to bring the snacks that we already know they love.
And more cost effective.
It's definitely more cost effective. We save the special treats and the meals
Yeah, 100%.
for park food.
Dole Whip. What you're most excited about is something you got on Etsy.
Yes, we got a stroller sign, and look at that. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? We'll put the link to the Etsy shop in the description so that you can take a look at these as well. One thing I'm trying this time is that the kids have their own gift cards and money that they get to send. So we're keeping them in separate pouches so that I can hang on to them. They still feel like they've got their own thing to spend and Mom and Dad aren't just buying for them.
Yes.
We're hoping that they can feel the weight of what they're spending in
And
the parks.
budgeting.
Right. You know, you're never too early to budget, right?
Are you kidding me? I don't have my wallet.
But it's going to be an awesome trip. I feel like you've done a really good job at planning,
Thank you.
Annette, and I appreciate that as the non-planner of our family. And we'd love to know from you guys, like what do you usually pack? How do you kind of divide and conquer what you pack for the parks? What do you pack for your stay? And what do you bring in the parks that are non-essential or that are essential for you?
Or if you haven't been to Disney yet and you're looking at planning your first vacation or you're starting to pack for it, what questions do you have?
If anything's got y'all hot and bothered, just go ahead and drop us a note.
It's exciting to think that just in a few short hours.
36 hours and a 3 a.m. call time.
Oh, we didn't tell them. We made the decision that when it was just me and Steven, that we would do a really early morning flight so that we could get to Orlando pretty early and be able to fit in an extra day in the park.
When she says early morning flight, she means a 5 a.m. flight.
Right. So,
God help us, first of all, with kids.
It's going to be super interesting to wake the kids up, get them ready, and on the road to the airport for our super early flight. But the good thing is, by the time we arrive in Orlando, they're going to be pumped.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a full day in the park.
We're going to Animal Kingdom, which it closes a little earlier than everything else because it opens earlier.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
I feel like Animal Kingdom's a little bit more laid back. So we're hoping for our first day with travel in, a new bus experience on Mears. We're hoping that it's going to be a pretty easy but fun day for us to make that transition. We can't wait to bring back all of the stories and fun that we had in our first trip of 2022.
And possibly some horror stories about going to the airport at 5 a.m. We'll see.
Well, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.